Hey folks, Sherry here. Just have a quick word for you and then I'll be out of your way today. If I had to title this video, I think I would call it Good Idea versus God Idea. What's the difference? What's the difference between a good idea and a God idea? A good idea is when you wake up one day and you say, you know what? I think that a good profession for me would be to be a nurse. Okay, using myself for an example. Why did I do that? Because as a young woman, I had no prospects for a husband at that time. I thought I was going to be out taking care of myself. I didn't have any prospects at that time. So I decided to pursue the path that my 3 sisters and an aunt had pursued. And I decided that becoming a registered nurse would at least give me the opportunity to create some decent income for myself. So I pursued that, got a degree, was working on that degree when I met the prospect and decided to go ahead with the deal and get married. So while I'm pursuing this path of being a nurse, meet the love of my life, get married, and we popped out a baby while we were at it before I graduated from this nursing process, okay? So I get that degree and I'm pursuing this career path as a nurse, right? Well, on the side, while we're doing that, my husband is starting to talk to me about a dream he's always had to build a business. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, I've got this degree as a nurse now. I'm thinking I'm going to retire from the nursing, world someday. That's my career. You know what? That sounded good. Thought it was a good idea. But one night, while I'm at work, as my foot crossed the threshold from one door to another, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I looked around where I was at and I said to myself, I'm done with this. I do not want to work for corporate America all my life. I want to own my own business and I'm ready to start now. I mean, literally, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I went home and told my husband, I said, you know what? I'm ready to start that business and I'm ready to go for it now. From that moment on, we began that process. 4 years later, we opened the doors to a business, $1 million project that we did not have the money for. But you know what? You know why that happened? Because that business was a God idea. My nursing degree was my big idea, and it was a good idea. The nursing degree, it helped us out more than once. It was okay. But you know what? When the time came and it was time for us to move on to the path to lead toward our destiny, boom, that changed just like that. So don't worry if you found yourself over here trucking along and things were working a certain way and you thought, oh, okay, I got this plan and that sort of thing, but you keep running up against these walls and next thing you know you find yourself over here, but you know what's in your heart and your spirit. You know the prophecies you've received. Some of you may have received prophecies about things related to your destiny and your purpose. Others, you just know in your heart of hearts that God has called you to be an entrepreneur on purpose. Well, you're right, He has. Those things that keep you awake at night, those things that no matter how hard you try to lay them down and walk away from, they keep popping back up in your life. You cannot get away from it. You've tried every which way you know to put it down, nail the lid on the coffin, walk away from it, and it just keeps coming back to life. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the difference between a good idea and a God idea. And I'm here to tell you today that what you need to do is you need to not worry about what everybody else thinks about what you're doing, and you need to pursue what you know is the God idea in your life, the thing that He's put inside of you for His purpose, the bigger picture, something that's going to create answers and a better life for many, many, many people. Don't give up on that. And don't worry that just because you're not in that perfect place today, maybe the money is not exactly perfect, maybe in fact your money is wonky, maybe everything is still kind of in that processing. Don't worry about that. Just know that if you're pursuing what you know in your heart you're supposed to pursue, you are on track, because that, my friends, is the God idea. He put it there for a purpose, and you will make it if you do not cave in, give up, and quit. And you are in the right place, surrounded by people right here where you're at, watching this video, who believe like you do, who understand exactly what you're going through and why you do it. And I'm just here today to encourage you to keep on it. Don't give up. Don't quit, because it's a God idea. Y'all be blessed.